Students, today we are going to discuss the next colligative property, that is the depression in the freezing point. So student, you know that what is the freezing point? The freezing point, it is the temperature at which the vapor pressure of a substance in its solid and in its liquid state becomes same. So when a solute is being added, it is being found that the freezing point of that substance, in the solution, or we can say the resulting solution, its freezing point gets lower down, and that is known as student depression in the freezing point, and it is a colligative property. Now just see the definition of the freezing point. It is the temperature at which the vapor pressure of a substance in its solid state and in its vapor state, right? We will see that here it becomes constant, right? So here it is, the liquid state, it is same. Now student, let us consider that let the freezing point of pure solvent to be T naught F. Now here T naught F, student, it is indicating the freezing point of the pure solvent. Now on addition of solute, non-volatile one is preferred. So on addition of the solute, the non-volatile solute, the freezing point of solution is Tf. Depression in freezing point is denoted by student delta Tf, and that delta Tf is equal to T naught F will be greater and Tf, that is the resulting solution, freezing point will be lesser. T naught F is greater than Tf. Now, experimentally, found or observed that delta Tf is directly proportional to student molality term. It is proportional to molality, right? So if we just remove this proportionality sign, student, that time we will get delta Tf equals to Kf into M. Here, student, the delta Tf is proportional to the concentration term. So since since the freezing point depression in freezing point directly related to concentration term molality, which denotes the number of moles of solute in definite amount of solvent. Hence, it is a colligative property. Right? So, depression in freezing point is called to be the colligative property as it depends upon the number or the concentration term and is independent of the nature of the solute. Right? Now we are going to discuss, student, the graph related to the depression in the freezing point, which will just easily explain that there is a depression or lowering down of the freezing point of the solution when a solute is being added. Now, here, student, on the x-axis we are writing temperature, and on the x-axis, y-axis we will have vapor pressure. Right? Now, when we have only pure solvent, that time this is of the pure solvent. This curve indicates that when the temperature falls down, you can see that temperature is decreasing, the vapor pressure is also falling down. So at this point, for this particular temperature, there will be the depression or lowering down of the vapor pressure also. This is for the pure solvent. Similarly, student, next when we have added a solute, that time we are getting this curve. This is for the solution. These both are in the liquid phase. This is also in the liquid phase, and this two also in the liquid phase. Right? Here also again, when the temperature has been lowered down, there is a decrease in the vapor pressure of the solution. Now, for the solid state, for the same solvent, we have this curve. Now, this is for the solid state of that particular solvent and for this particular solution. Right? You can see that at this point, the vapor pressure of the solvent and that in the liquid state and that in the solid state will be same. So this is denoted as to be T naught F. Now for the solution liquid state, at this point the vapor pressure for the solution in its liquid state and in its solid state will have the same vapor pressure. So this is denoted by Tf. Now student, this difference is denoted as delta Tf. So you can see that graphically also there is lowering down of the we can say freezing point when the solute is being added, right? So delta Tf, student, it is a colligative property, right? And it is observed when a non-volatile solute is added, which causes the decrease in the vapor pressure also, right? And the pure solvent freezing point will be higher than that of the solution. Now, what is the significance of the or the importance of the depression in the freezing point, right? It helps to determine the molecular mass of the solute, the non-volatile solute, right? So, with its formula, that is delta Tf equals to Kf into N, we can determine the molecular mass of the solute. So here the delta Tf is related with the temperature difference. So we can't just get it from this delta Tf. Tf is, student, known as the cryoscopic constant, right? This is known as the cryoscopic constant. So we can't get the molar mass term, that is Mv term, from this side. So we can get it from this N, that is molarity. So for this, we are going to just simplify or just get this thing resolved out. So molarity, student, is equal to the number of moles of solute. We will refer it to be NB. Okay, then divide by weight of solvent. If it is in gram, it will be expressed as WA into 1000. So here, this is the formula, right? Now, what is the number of moles of solute, student? It is the weight of solute, that is WB, upon the molar mass. So here they are getting that term, molar mass of solute. So it will be expressed in term of Mb. Now, this is Nb here, student. Right, so we will get this value of Nb placed here. So here the N is going to be equal to WB upon Mb into 1000. In denominator we have WA. So this is molarity. So we will just substitute the value of molarity in equation 1. So it will then become delta TF equals to Kf into WB upon Mb into 1000 and upon WA. So we just get this equation now, make for NB. So NB will be equal to here Kf, that is the cryoscopic constant, upon delta Tf WB upon WA into 1000. Right, so if we know the value of delta Tf, that is depression in freezing point, weight of the solvent, weight of the solute, so we can find out the molar mass, right? So this is the significance or importance of this qualitative property, that we can determine the molar mass of the solute. Now students, one thing is there, this is the molar mass which is being calculated out, right, from the colligative property, and 1 molar mass is a theoretical one that we derive from the formula, right? Now these two molar masses obtained, one is from the formula mass, that is from the formula, and that from the colligative property. These two will only be same if the solution is very dilute. Second, there is no association or dissociation of the solute. And third, that the solute should be non-volatile in nature. So when will be the two molar masses be equal? Only when there is the solute nature is non-volatile, there is no association or dissociation of solute, and third, that the solution is very dilute. In that case only the molar mass which is been obtained from the colligative property and that obtained from the formula mass from its formula will be same. Now student, Kf, I skipped it. So what I said, that cryoscopic, it's a cryoscopic constant, and also known as molar depression in freezing point, right? Freezing point constant, or you can also say that molar depression constant in freezing point. Now how we are going to define it? You can see this relation delta Tf equal to Kf into n. So just if n equals to 1 student, that time delta Tf will be equal to Kf. Now this is enough to define the cryoscopic constant. So what is the cryoscopic constant? It is the depression in freezing point of 1 molar solution. So how will you define the cryoscopic constant? It is the depression is the freezing point of 1 molar solution. That means when the concentration of the solution is 1 mole per kg of the solvent. Right, now comes the where we can apply this depression in freezing point, right? In the cold areas or in the where the snow roads are being covered with the snow, there to remove the snow, to get the road clear, sodium chloride or the calcium chloride anhydrous are being added. So why? Because they lower down the freezing point. As a result, it will become easier to get that road clear. Right, students? So the depression in the freezing point, which is a qualitative property, as it depends upon the number of the solute particle and is independent of the nature of the solute particle, right? And from this uh, qualitative property, we can determine the molar mass of the solute and the condition when the molar mass determined from the qualitative property, not only this, but from the others also, RLUP, elevation in the boiling point, osmotic pressure, the molar masses are going to relate with the formula mass that is from the derived from the formula only when the solution is very dilute. Second is that the solute is non-volatile in nature, and third is that there is no association or dissociation of solute.